Frank Fredericks finished behind Michael Johnson in both 91 and 95. Is the second fastest 200 runner in history. 1968 behind Michael's world record in Atlanta last year.
Fredericks is extremely consistent, which pays off at championship level. He's got a lot of silver medals in his drawers, but I've seen a lot of guys come and go in this event, Tom, over the last 6 years, and he's always been there. He's one of those guys that's always there, and that pays off in the championships.
In lane 1 is the American John Drummond. And his luck with lane draws finally ran out. He'd gotten 2 in the quarterfinals, 8 in the semis. But here he is in lane 1. He was the surprise winner at the U.S. Championships, no more as a 100-meter runner than 200. But he did win the U.S. Championship, but in tough lane 1. Although, remember, lane 1 has not been quite as unkind as usual in these championships. Kathy Freeman won the women's 100 in lane 1. And from South Africa, Llewellyn Herbert won the silver in the men's 400 hurdles. Lane 2 is Oba Thompson of Barbados, who just finished up his college eligibility at Texas El Paso, winning the 100 and the 200 at the NCAA championships. He was eliminated in the semifinals of the 100 last weekend, hoping for better results in the 200, in fact, hoping to put it, as we say, into overdrive. Lane 3 is Ato Boldon, Trinidad and Tobago, a UCLA Bruin during his collegiate career, 5th in the Open 100, reportedly suffering from cramps before that race. Bronze medalist in the 100 and the 200 at the 96 Olympics in Atlanta. Frank Fredericks is in lane 4. Frank, second fastest 200 runner in history. Silver medalist at the Olympics last year at 100 and at 200 meters. Won a gold in 1993 in the 200. He's medaled the last 3 world championships. Computer science graduate of BYU. Still works as a representative of a mining company in Namibia. Former colony of South Africa. In fact, early in his career, because of apartheid, was not allowed to run. Lane 5, Claudinei da Silva of Brazil. Won his semifinal heat, surprising everyone a bit. 20.35 in that semi. Had run a lifetime best, 20.27, in his quarterfinal race. He is the current South American champion. He was 5th at the World Championships in Gothenburg in 1995. Lane 6 is Iván García from Cuba, 25-year-old, silver medalist at the Indoor World Championships this year. He did make the finals in Atlanta, finishing 6th, was 8th at the 95 World Championships, hoping to break through here in 97. Garcia of Cuba, just 25 years old, but an international veteran. Lane 7, Georgios Panagiotopoulos, who, of course, gets a ovation from the crowd. He's 27 years old. This is one of the high points of his career, to make the final here in his home country. Panagiotopoulos would like to forget 95's World Championships. He was disqualified, DQ'd in both the 200 and the 4x100 after false starts, 2 in each. He is the Greek champion, ran a lifetime best, 20:43 to get here. And in lane 8, Patrick Stevens of Belgium, finalist in Atlanta, though he finished 7th, 4th in his semifinal, but is dangerous, though he is in the outside in lane 8. Ato Boldon. A lot of potential, but so far unrealized in international competition.
He's got to be a little disappointed after that 5th place finish, and although it was some cramps and some dehydration that did it to him, he's still not running with the type of confidence that he was running with coming into these championships. He's had good preliminary races, but his confidence has to be a little shaken after a race which he was dominating so well. He finished 5th in the 100 meters, so this race could be a little bit tough for him confidence-wise.
Right next to Frank Fredericks. Do you think John Drummond takes any sense of security from the fact that Kathy Freeman won the 400 in lane 1?
John Drummond's a great starter, so I think that, he will. And also, lane 1 for John Drummond is not too bad because he's a great curve runner, and he's a good starter. So that's not as bad as, it may actually be better for him than lane 8 was yesterday.
Well, the only time the U.S. has not gotten a medal in the 200 that it competed in was at the 1928 Olympics. So in Olympics or World Championship competition, the U.S. has gotten a medal every time except 1928 and, of course, 1980 when the U.S. boycotted. It's also a meeting of former NCAA champions. Boldon, Fredericks, Thompson, all NCAA champions in the 200. Though they represent other countries, they had their college championships in the U.S.
Let's not forget what a huge favorite Ato Boldon was coming into these championships. Ran 1977 and 990 on the same day. There was even talk of him doubling successfully here, but those cramps in the 100 certainly have to have shaken his confidence a bit. And 4 rounds of the 203 days in this heat also can't be helping him much.
It's a fair start. Ato Boldon got off to a good start. So did John Drummond down in lane 1. Coming out of the curve and approaching the top of the home straightaway. Drummond is there. Ato Boldon has the lead. Drummond and Boldon. Fredericks trying to catch up, so is Thompson. It's Ato Boldon. Boldon finally gets his goal. And there is Maurice Green of the United States, who won the 100. He and Ato Boldon, friends and training partners. A similar scene after Green won the 100. Ato Boldon, despite his 5th place finish, came over and embraced his training partner. And Maurice Green out from the tunnel to give a victory hug to Ato Boldon, who embraces Frank Fredericks. Ato Boldon finally, after all the posturing, all the predictions, all the talk, finally comes through with the performance to earn the gold.
I would have to think that Frank Fredericks, I heard yesterday that he was reportedly having some problems with one of his knees. I would have to think that he was definitely having some problems in that race, because I've never seen him run a curve like that. He normally comes off the curve. It's not in first, close to first, in second, right there in the hunt, that he looks horrible on the curve.
Decisive victory here for Ato Boldon. Frank Fredericks and Da Silva of Brazil. Looks like Fredericks will get the silver, Da Silva the bronze.